and thank God after I started look wide, and then we go to Henzo Gracie gym in Manhattan. That's where we saw Ray Longo, and we know Ray Longo because David fought Truck Gordon.
Eddie Truck Gordon. Ultimate Fighter winner.
Yeah, and then we recognize him and we say, how are you? And Ray said, where are you guys living? We said, Long Island. What are you guys doing here? I don't know, we're just looking for training. From Long Island we used to take a bus to get New York. Take a bus to get in. Sometimes we was taking straight to train, but sometimes we was taking bus to get Queens. From Queens, they take a train to get Manhattan. It was so hard, taking all days, And thank God, that's how we find you guys, Team Serra Longo. And since that, when I walk to first Longo's gym, I see the cage, I see the real fighter. I was so happy, and I feel like I'm home finally. Thank God. And then he sent me, next couple of days, he sent me to your gym, and he was so positive. And of course, I know you, I know. And then that's after that, my hope came back. My life gets so much better, and now here we are.
Thank goodness! First of all, what a story, and and can I just add that if that promoter didn't step in there, those guys worried about a foreigner coming in and winning the Golden Gloves, you would have been a Golden Gloves champion. Everybody would have been like, this guy's got to worry about his hands. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's funny in itself. But thank goodness, Ray Longo's never in the city. He was there with Chris Weidman for an open workout for the Ultimate Fighter, I believe. Yeah. Yes, right? That's what it was.
Chris Weidman was getting ready for Anderson Silva first fight.
That's what it was.
Yes, and he was drilling there in a cage with some, I forget this guy's name. He was in UFC. David, he was UFC for a little bit.
David Branch.
Maybe, yes.
Big, tall, black guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah. Yes.
That meeting with Ray Longo, what if it never happened? Were you about to go back to you were grinding, you were at Henzo's, which is great.
Yeah, but it was I was really ready to quit or really go Georgia because it was impossible to to go Henzo's from Long Island, and we don't speak English, and there is no fights, and then that time it was already more than 6 months we was in United States, and we spent all money, and it was that time we that's where we start to work. Construction, and then if you work, then you cannot go city, saying? If you work daytime, they have training, I think, noon time.
Yeah,
so it was impossible to make training there. But your gym, Tuesday, and we was coming like in the evening time, and the Friday morning, and it was more Longos. I was going working daytime, nighttime training. It was worked out perfect.
It was such a simple recipe, where all usually the hard sparring and stuff like that would be at Longo's, a lot of the striking, and then I have guys that will never take a punch in their life, but they're just experts at just jiu-jitsu, at just keeping you down and submitting you, and just world class. So the combination of that and the grittiness and just the guys we had around us, it was such a winning recipe. It was so great.
For sure,
and when you first got there, it's so funny because, I liked you right away. And David, I'm so happy I'm going to see him later. And my kids too, and I'm going to meet his family. But I said this before, I'd always be like, oh, there's my little Russian. Oh, God, Merab. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know the history. I think I told you that before, And to think about us now having this conversation, we couldn't have done this. Unless we had Boris here, we couldn't have done this back then. We couldn't talk like this.
No,
It's amazing when I see you now, especially the skits you do. Chicken, banana, chicken. But you come up with these, especially with the best of the ones. I love the ones with Aljo, the ones you do with Sean O'Malley. You do these skits, and I think about when you first got here, you did not speak any English. That alone is crazy. Hey, you could put me in Georgia for 2 decades. I'm fucked. I'm I can't. Rob, you think I'm going to speak that language?
No. I said this one in many interviews, and so when I first met you, even I don't speak any English. You make a conversation with me, and you such a positive. I think you can talk in every country, you know, because you open, you know, you try to help, you know. And then when I was talking with you, I thought I speak English because I understand pretty much everything, because you are such a open, and you know, you're great with that, you know. And so yeah, and then I was really like happy to see you every time. And yeah, exactly right. Like, yeah, I cannot make conversation, but because you talk to us, and you are so welcome, open, cool, and you know, you inspire, you know. And yeah, when I see, you know, a lot of great jiu-jitsu guys, fighters was coming in your gym, and this is my place, and this is where I should be. And then the hopes came back, and and then we shortly after we make pro debut. Even we don't go. I mean, I make some big mistakes, but we show good fights, and then I was doing what I love, you know.
It's funny. It feels like a million years ago,
Yeah,
doesn't it? But yet, right?
Yeah,
it feels like it
for
was,
sure, because well, it's only 12 years ago. But
It was only 12 years ago.
but it's, when you take 12 years, it's a long time, you know. It's fucking.
It is. Now,
Yeah.
when you got to the schools,